Ahoy there! Oh no, my chat window's slightly out of whack, isn't it? Hey Snowpup, where's Attack on Titan or Eurobeat? Oh look, Snowpup, we have to do our best to not get copyright struck. That's what it comes down to. Let me just fix this up. There we go. You guys are seeing the secret sauce. Can't have that. How is everybody? I'm obviously doing something a little bit different tonight because I haven't got the wheel set up. Look at that. There's no wheel. I'm not really designed for racing at the moment. So we are going to play. Oh, I forgot this is going on YouTube. It's going everywhere. It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's we're going to do a little bit of farming. The Little Sand Altar event is on at the moment, and I've been farming pretty hard on it for the last few days. And I was sitting thinking, well, you know, what if I actually I should probably leave that mounted on that thing. What if I just farmed online for a bit, chat with you folks, see how it's going. I'm sorry, Snowpup. It's this is a very difficult game to play with the wheel. Highly recommend controls instead. I'm very sorry. Gomenasai. And with that, let's get to it. So feel free to trash talk me whilst I do this. And we're just going. Look, it's only 17 hours to go, but we're not going to do a 17-hour stream. So don't go worrying about that. F1 doesn't have. No, I know it sucks. I mean, bring back Carmen Jorda. What can I say? I'm totes down with that. They should totally do that for sure. Scudder should be much better as a Formula 1 driver. But anyway, let's choose a server to take in with us. We'll take in Amadeus's Shootin' Doji, and let's have some fun. So you know, as I said, all we're doing is my lighting level absolutely sucks at the moment, doesn't it? See if I can fix that up. Give me just a momento. Let me just see if I can do a bit of the fixer-upper on that. There we go. Look at that. It's a little bit brighter now, isn't it? That will do for now. Sort the rest out another time. Those are some not. Yes, they are. They most certainly are, Snowpup. Cool beans. Let's get started. This is going to be embarrassing. Everyone's going to be trashing the way that I play the game. Turn-based combat, indeed. But if anyone who's watching who maybe hasn't played Fate Grand Order before, feel free to ask any questions. Anyone who's got any kind of weeb status at all has, or certainly knows of the Fate universe. This is more boring than watching Mercedes win. Oh, Snowpup, I'm so sorry. It's a farming stream. Like, what do you think? It's, you know, that's, Actually, let's change that. There we go. It's a, you know, it's a farming stream. We're just here farming loot from this event at the moment. Yeah, I'm sorry, Snowpup. You should be a weeb. All the best people I know are weebs. You know. Explain. So the Fate universe is based on a light novel that was written, oh geez, must be a good 15 years ago at this point. Maybe that long. Fate Stay Night was a 3-route visual novel, and the whole concept of Fate is that mages every certain period of time fight something called the Holy Grail War. And to fight the Holy Grail War, they themselves don't fight. What they do is they summon heroes of the past. And that was the original concept of the visual novel, was the Fate series. And then from that has spawned various sequels and prequels, like Fate Zero was a prequel, Fate Apocrypha is a different series, Fate Extra, Fate Extella, and what it has is there's a gacha game that was created called Fate Grand Order, which is this game. And so instead of, sorry, I have not muted my phone. what was created for this is not so much the very limited universe that was originally in the visual novel. This is actually a game that's made up of about 300 of these servants, and yeah, that's it. More like Daddy Racing Point. All right. And so the whole idea of this game is that obviously it's turn-based combat. As you worked out, there's different classes. There's assassin classes. We're going to be using assassins purely all the way through this farming because we're up against a whole lot of rider classes who are weak to assassins, and yeah. Racing Point, more like Daddy Racing. Force India, never forget. Force India. It's sad, but inevitable. Alright, can we take down this giant reindeer? Yes, we can. Now we got to fight the huge dragon. So we're just gonna all we're gonna be doing for the time being is replaying this same level. It's gonna be dull, but what I'm hoping is that, you know, you guys will just talk to me, keep me company, and trash talk me, and tell me how bad I'm playing this game, because I'm relatively high level on this. I'm like a level 114, level 115. I got some cool servants in my back pocket, but I'm not the best at any game. I certainly leave myself open to being attacked for being hideous at things. There isn't much India and Force India, but they are a good team. You want to know my Twitter handle, do you? That's, I don't have it. Do I have that linked in my Nightbot? Probably not. Could probably do something about that. I don't know my Nightbot open here. Anyway, my Twitter handle is Webbymoto. At Webbymoto. One word. WEBBYMOTO. Anyway, I'm finding myself getting heavily distracted here. Let's just charge up some Noble Phantasm. Streamlabs bot is better. Yes, I don't doubt it. A Scadath and a Sorta is kind of annoying. Actually, we'll reverse that. There we go. Yeah, I should really set all that up, but I need to run two at once because of the Twitch and YouTube thing. Oh, look at that! Thank you, Snowdog. All right, how much energy has this thing got left in it? Not many. We'll just stun it just in case. There, I followed you. Yes, yep, very good. Thank you. Totes appreciate it. You can see my my most recent tweet, which was having a bit of a dig at Emmanuel Macron, the president of France. That was just a little bit earlier. I think it was like 10 minutes ago. Sub to PewDiePie? I am sub to PewDiePie. I'm sub to him on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure I follow him on Twitter. So unfortunately, I'm not going to give him an extra one because I already follow him. Oh, actually, no, I don't follow him from my Webbymoto account. I follow him from my private account. Now I have to do that. Well, there we go. I'll give him 2 followers at that point. I should totes do that. 9-year-old army. So yeah, obviously the F1 season came to an end, and what a magnificent finish that was. I wasn't totally dull and boring at all. But let's just down everybody's defense, and then we'll up their offense, and then we'll turn up their attack a little bit more. And now we're about to see cool stuff go down, because we're about to spam 3 consecutive Noble Phantasms, and it's going to be epic. Abu Dhabi delivered. I didn't even watch it, you know. I'm so so done with I couldn't bring myself to watch like the last 5 races of the year. It was really depressing. I really could not bring myself to watch the last 5 races of the season. I didn't watch the US, and I wish I had it because obviously Kimi won. I watched like the last couple of laps of it. I mean, it sucks because there are terrible time zones for Australia. But in previous years, I've always made the effort to get up and watch. US, Mexico, Interlagos, Abu Dhabi. I didn't watch. I didn't watch any of those races. I think the last race I watched was Japan, Suzuka. I just couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to watch it. I just so uncaring about how it ended. I'm not happy about that. You know, I love Formula One. I have done my whole life. You know, to have it be in such a way that I really couldn't motivate myself to watch it. It's kind of sad. Yeah, no worries, man. I appreciate you stopping by and appreciate the follow on the Twitters. And yeah, I appreciate this. This is a bit different than usual. I'm not expecting a huge viewer thing. It was just I was sitting here gonna play it anyway, and I'm like, well, I haven't done this. I haven't been streaming much lately, so you know, I might as well do something. Let's take Jack this time. Jack is cool. He's different from Shootin' Doji last time out because Jack is a single target assassin with her Noble Phantasm. Ariadripa. Gotta be careful of that Berserker. This one does a lot of damage. Jeez, it's taking a buttload of Emio there in one go. That is the disappoint. That should be okay. I like doing quicks because they don't charge up Noble Phantasm as much as obviously doing arts-based attacks do. They do generate some nice crit stars. Let's do this. F1 needs more tracks. Yes, it does, and it needs to bring back some old tracks. It needs to bring back. Oh, bugger, I didn't finish it. Yeah, good work, Jack. Need to bring back Imola. Need to bring back Magni Core. I'd say bring back Turkey, but Turkey doesn't exist anymore. I'm pretty sure half that track's a car park now. So that's kind of sad. Let's just protect Emiya here. He's really struggling to survive at this point. So Jack's already fully charged, so that's cool. That was a very powerful assassin. But yeah, at least Imola, Magni-Core, and yeah, bring back those. Get rid of some tracks. You know, some tracks on there that just they don't create good Grand Prix. Let's say. I mean, you know, we lost Sepang. Sepang was a good track, but we go to China, and China's not a great track for racing. China's got a big long straight for DRSing people, and that's about it. You know, Bahrain looks cool under lights, but if Bahrain was in the daytime, it would be a nothing Grand Prix. You know, Albert Park's a good track for starting the season. Everyone really tends to enjoy that Grand Prix. Russia's not a great track for racing. I mean, I don't mind going to these ones, but we need to have better tracks to have more history and really, you know, present good racing. You know, that's what we need. Yeah. That's how I feel about it. Let's stun this strawberry dragon. Doesn't look very strawberry, does it? Go. Oh, good, and I can give Emir a quick boost to his Noble Phantasm. Should get him all the way up. There we go. And then we can do another spamming of the Noble Phantasms for the third battle. Fatal battle. Against Santa Alta, Asterios, and Caesar Rider version. Not gonna lie, Santa Alta is pretty damn cute. Saber wearing that short skirt just does it for everyone, I think. Not gonna lie, Scabbard is also not very well dressed for these conditions, obviously. Actually, if she's from Scotland, she might be used to it. Let's up the power levels a little bit. There we go. And let's spam some Noble Phantasms. Maria the Ripper, Galbog Alternative, and Kronos Rose. Portugal is a good track. Yeah, at Jerez, yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree. You could certainly add Jerez to the list. Or Algarve. You might be talking about Algarve, yeah? I think Jerez is actually Spain, isn't it? I might have messed that up. I think you're talking about Algarve, maybe. Yeah, Melbourne creates good races, but that might also just be a function of it being the first race of the season and cars being a bit unreliable and the pecking order not being completely obvious. Like I said, Imola and Magny-Cours though, let's bring those back. Ah, Asterios didn't get dropped, which means I'm gonna burn Emir's Noble Phantasm on Asterios. He's only got 1600 left. Sure, you know what? Can't be helped. And then shoot him in the back. Like it. Have that. I always like the Indy Road track as well. It's a shame that that's not around anymore. That track was always pretty cool. I don't know what it was. I always quite liked it. Let's do that. No point charging Noble Phantasms at this point. Try and land some crits and build up some more crits for the next time out. There we go. Where's the European Grand Prix? Well, they had it at last year. They had it at Baku, and then this year that was actually just renamed the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So the European Grand Prix. Well, I mean, the Asian Grand Prix, you've got China, you've got Japan, you're going to have Vietnam in 2020. So you don't really need to have one like that. I think I don't know why they called first year out the Grand Prix at Baku the European Grand Prix as opposed to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. You're better off choosing some big some really popular track and having something special about that Grand Prix and then calling the Grand Prix of Europe. And then having maybe a special trophy, maybe it's double points. Yeah, do something a bit different with it rather than just having another Grand Prix. You have the Asian Grand Prix, Suzuka, make it a bit special. I don't know, you could do something like that. But certainly mix it up a little bit. It would certainly make mix up the season a little bit. I feel like there's definitely scope for him to be able to do something like that, right? There's definitely scope for him to start doing more interesting stuff with the championship to make some races more special than others. I mean, everybody treats Monaco as special for fairly obvious reasons. You know, you can have Grand Prix that are actually worth more points wise. There's nothing wrong with that. Beans. Let's go again. Who are we going to take this time? Amadeus again. You might notice that they've got the craft essence. So this bit here that I just clicked is a craft essence. I think if I hold it down, it'll show us what it is. There we go. Holy Night Supper with Jeanne d'Arc altar on it. And the reason it's got a little star there is because it's been max leveled. And that means we get double for that we get double what we're doing at the moment is we're farming the stockings. We get double the stockings by having that card attached. Plus all the other ones give us an extra 1. So we always want the one that's got the max one on it when we're borrowing some servants from our friends. Yeah, but I mean, I think there's definitely room for him to be able to. Damn it, we left the berserker up again. Nah, not good. Sorry, I mean we survive anyway. It's not that big of a deal. Just do that. And that. We should have got crits from both of them. But yeah, Laguna Seca would be amazing. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see an F1 car take the corkscrew, wouldn't it? Like I'd be down for that for sure. I reckon that'd be cool. And we might not actually end this Helter Skelter with Super Dodgy attack now. We haven't. That's cool. Uses a good little Noble Phantasm booster. Yeah, Laguna Seca would be interesting. Some more races in the US would be cool. It's such a shame that we only do Coda. You feel like you could do 2 or 3 Grand Prix in the US, yeah? Like you could do, there's no reason you couldn't do Coda, Laguna Seca, and say Indy Road. Like that'd be cool. Imagine having 3 Grand Prix in the US whilst you're over there. That'd be awesome. But what are you going to do? Like what Grand Prix do you lose to do that? You can't have the drivers drive, you know, too many Grand Prix in a year because the logistics of it just don't work. So what will we do here? He's not particularly powerful, Emir. I haven't got him leveled up very much. He's only level 61. Do some damage to this stupid dragon. Order! But yeah, I'd like to see some more Grand Prix in the US. Have back-to-back races. You know, like I said, you could have 3. Like, imagine if they just did. I don't know why they don't do this, right? I guess because they want to keep the same dates every year. Why can't they do Canada, a few races in the US, Mexico, Brazil, all in like one go? I mean, at the back end of the year they do it pretty well because they do the US and then Mexico and then Brazil. But they always complain about the logistics, right? And we lose weeks every year by having to go from Europe to Canada after Monaco. So we go Monaco, Canada, back to the US. Now, I remember back in 2007, Lewis Hamilton's first season of sport, they done Canada and Indianapolis as back-to-back races. Why don't they do that? Like, you'd save so much on... I mean, talk about the sport wanting to be greener when it's a racing sport. There's no reason that you couldn't pick... I'm not really living up to the concept of my stream at the moment, which is to play Fate Grand Order. Let's just pause this dragon for a turn and activate. Let's use Scatterch 3 times over. Yeah, I don't know why they don't do... Because you could do those races in near consecutive weeks. You could do... They had back-to-back races this year once. Why can't we do Canada, Coda, Mexico City in 3 weeks, inside 3 weeks, and get that bit over and done with, and make it logistically more sound? Because at the moment, like I said, they're doing Monaco, Canada, Spain. So, hang on, have I got that right? No, Spain, Monaco, Canada, and then generally they'll come back and do Austria. I think it's Austria this year they came back to. So, yeah, so... Good, I've got these all charged up. Yeah, it's a farming stream. It's not going to be particularly exciting, is it? So, and it's not. You play this and talk F1. Yep. I'm more than happy to sit here and talk F1 relentlessly. But, yeah, I think that you could, let's drop their defenses. There we go. Increase the power. I do like shooting Doji. She's got her skills are very good. But the fact she's got a universal defense down and a universal attack up, she adds some good stuff. Alright, we're ready to go, yep. And this time we'll go Chronos Rose, Gal Bulk Alternative, and Multicolored Poison Chimp and Kidoku. The FIA is stupid. Yeah, I mean, I know that they try and avoid certain dates. They try to avoid certain dates in the calendar so that they don't clash with other racing series. But I think that you could make the calendar better and easier on the teams. And if you made the calendar easier on the teams, you could theoretically do more races. So at the moment we miss out on a number of weeks because of the logistics of going. What do? They do Australia, the Middle East, China, and then they go to Europe. They do some races in Europe. They do Spain and they do Monaco. I'm missing a race in there somewhere. It used to be Russia in between, but they moved that to the back part of the year. I think Baku. Did they do Baku earlier this year? Anyway, it doesn't matter. And then they do Europe, and then they go to Canada. And then they go back to Europe, and they do more European races. And they stay in Europe for a while. They do Austria, Britain, Germany, Hungary. And then they do Belgium, Italy, and then after they're done with that, they then went to Singapore and Russia, Japan, America, Mexico, Brazil, and then finally went to back to Abu Dhabi. Why don't they do Bahrain and Abu Dhabi back to back? They're both in the Middle East, right? There you go. You could do them in back-to-back weeks. You could end the season, even if you want to honour the contract, whatever they've got with Abu Dhabi for being the last race of the season. Finish the season with Bahrain and Abu Dhabi. You get a couple of weeks back at the start of the season. You could do, theoretically, Australia, China, Suzuka, and then you could then go to, after you've done Suzuka, you could go Canada, Coda, Mexico, Brazil, and then you could start the European season. And then you're going to have like a whole bunch of European races, and then finish the season with Bahrain and Abu Dhabi. You get so many weeks back from the logistics. Now, there's probably good reasons why they don't do that, but it's in terms of contractually where the races want to be in the season. Obviously, being at the start of the season makes them more interesting than being maybe a late race, a late in the season or middle of the season one where the championship is established but is a long way from being decided, kind of thing. But you can move it around every year. You could say, let's start this year in the Asia Pacific, Australia, Japan, China, and then end the season in Abu Dhabi, and then Europe is here. And I don't know why we have to follow the same pattern every year. Why can't they change where they start the season and end the season, and then have them in blocks? Because we can get more races into the season at that point. You could get theoretically 23 races, 24, 25 races into the season by just removing some of the logistics garbage that they have to do. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'd do. But the problem is that when you've got a dull season, when you've got a season like this season where after the summer break, let's take in a second Scudder. She's got the start this time. When you have a season that is after the summer break really, really predictable. I mean, Mercedes made upgrades during the summer break. Hamilton was on fire. Bottas isn't a challenge to Hamilton for the most part, except obviously for where you had to move over and get out of the way. When you have a season like that, lots of races is bad because it feels dull. Like you're just meandering on to the end of the year and you're desperately waiting for the start of the season. But if you had a close season, then having more races is better. You get more viewership, more people watching, more people going to the races. And then obviously if you block them into geographically sensible locations, then you also allow people to do back-to-back races. They can go to multiple races. So yeah, that's why you've nailed it in one there. So I don't want to say that because YouTube will penalise me for swearing on stream, which I do relentlessly anyway. But I try to behave myself as much as I possibly can. But yeah, you're right, because they don't think logically, and I mean, or they operate off their own logic, which us poor plebeians just can't understand. What to do here? So I mean, I still think that there's things they could do to improve the show, as they say. But they won't. They don't do it. Or yeah. So that's what I do. I mean, I'd write a proposal. Look, a few years ago, just after I came off, when I, because I was doing that work for Physico on his website, and at that point I'd met a lot of F1 people. I felt pretty well connected for the most part, for still being an absolute outsider, but and it was before. It was sort of around when there was the talk, the major big last talk of the Breakaway series, when I think at the time Ferrari, McLaren, a number of these teams were talking about breaking away and doing their own Formula One championship, or renaming it, or whatever they were going to, and going away and doing that. And I'll have to stop typing so I can concentrate on a race. That's cool. But yeah, it was just after that, and I wrote a letter to the FIA, and I said, look, you should just humble opinions of a fan. We weren't happy. I had a number of people on a Facebook page who had signed up to this Formula One supporters group. I forget what I call it. I had some acronym for it. I forget what it was now. Or I can talk on Discord. I don't have a Discord server. I've often thought about setting one up, because I've had a few people ask me about a Discord server. Yeah, but I don't have one now. Maybe I will get one. Do you reckon? I don't know, Snowpup. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it's worth it? Do you reckon it's a good engagement tool for? It would certainly be a replacement for the TeamSpeak server I run at the moment for when I've got other people on the stream, like friends and the like. Ooh, that's harsh. Let's stop him from doing that next time around. I need to do something here to charge up Emiya's Noble Phantasm. Oh no, it's not going to work, is it? Because you went crit on the first one. Hell yeah. Yeah, I should do it, shouldn't I? And then I can have streams where I can let people... God, it sounds dangerous, doesn't it? I can let people talk on the stream when we're doing stuff. I might set something up. Finally retire the long-used TeamSpeak server. It's easier and filters audio cracks. Yeah, that's true. It does do that. But yeah, as I was saying with in regards to when I set up the supporters group, yeah. So I wrote a letter and I was like, look, supporters don't want to hear about this breakaway stuff. You guys got to sort it out. Blah blah blah. I can't even remember what was really in it, but it was a big letter I wrote to the FIA. It obviously never went anywhere because I'm a nobody. But yeah, it felt good to write it. TeamSpeak is not bad, but Discord is easier. Yeah, and obviously with Discord you can have, I can hand out a public Discord address or something like that, and give access and things like that. That much easier than TeamSpeak. Plus, I don't have to host a server. That's also a benefit. What will we do here? I can stop swearing. Indeed. I'm the one who's got to stop most times. Got like 3 screens in this going at once. I do thoroughly enjoy this game though. It's good fun. Plus, as somebody who really likes the Fate universe, it's good fun. It was always much easier to stream it when I had I had an emulator that I was playing it on, but Aniplex and the licensees of FGO don't like people who use emulators, because people use emulators to illegally farm and cheat and sell accounts and stuff like that. So they don't like people doing it. So they eventually get around to banning them all. So I had to come up with, I had to buy a copy of Reflector to use my iPad on it. Thankfully, Reflector's not particularly expensive, so that was okay. and it seems to operate fairly well. Finish it. It's a good fun game. Maybe I'll show, because it's been a while since I actually streamed or recorded and uploaded any of this. Obviously, I've got a number of additions to my roster of servants that I haven't shown off. Well, so I'm level 116 now. So yeah, like I said, I'm not down there at the bottom of the ladder. I'm well elevated, but I probably don't deserve to be with the scrubby way I play the game. Go back to the heading. Babylonia is on its way very, very soon, which will be good. So if I have a look at my servant collection. There we go. So I have my Saber Nero Claudius Bride. She's cool. Original Saber. Ultra Pendragon. Also cool. Tesla. Da Vinci. Swansang Sansang. I'm going to guarantee I've pronounced that terribly badly, but it is what it is. Waver, because that's his actual name in it. I'm not going to call him Zhu Liang. He's a demi-servant. I can't choose Raku. They're my 5 stars. And Florence Nightingale. They're my 5 stars. Then a whole swag of 4 stars. And then down into the trashy 3 stars. A couple of repeats I need to get rid of. And down into the garbage 2 stars. And the trash right at the bottom. Looks way too much. Anyway, it's time to cash in some rewards, yeah? What have we got? 463 of these things. I don't need to translate it because it's on the screen. That's totes what she said. So the whole idea of this, hey, well done, man. Congratulations. I won too. I've won a couple of times over now. Not that it's particularly difficult. So the whole idea of the roulette is that you accumulate these stockings and then you exchange them for draws in the roulette. Have I played TDU 2? TDU? What is TDU? I feel like I'm gonna know. I'm gonna go, oh yeah, of course, when you tell me. Already got all the good stuff out of this roulette. We're just accumulating some garbage at the moment. Test Drive Unlimited. No, I'm not even going to say that. Oh yeah, of course, to that. Test Drive Unlimited. No, I've never played Test Drive Unlimited or Test Drive Unlimited 2. I'm playing the last of these spirit roots. Ganbarimashou. Which means technically I don't need to farm this anymore because I was accumulating the Yule logs. But the other cool thing you get out of it are the Blaze of Wisdoms and the Fire of Wisdoms, which you use to level up servants. But as you can see, I have a number of those now accumulated from previous farming that I haven't received in yet. And the way you use those is by enhancing your servant, going in here, choosing someone who needs some enhancement, We could choose Save a Bride. She's got a couple of clicks to go, and you choose like one there. I haven't received any of those other ones yet. They're just sitting in my my present box, and then you use those to increase their XP. Best racing game for its time. Interesting. I might have to check that out. Test Drive. I have heard of it, but no, I've never played it. Now, if I wanted some of these other rewards, the Saber Monument, the Archer Monument, the Lancer Monument, and the Lancer Piece, then I have to farm another thing. But at the moment, we'll just do a reset of this. It also sucked. Ah, it probably did, yeah. Most of those things back then did. Everyone's got a massive adoration to Ferrari, which they don't always deserve. Accumulating those bloody Yule logs. I don't know what else I can do with them after I've bought everything else. Ah, there we go. I'll buy some QP with it. That's it. Trade those because there's literally nothing else to buy with them. Get a million QP. Yes. So, I could keep farming for this to try and get more of these. I think I might do that because these blaze cards are very, very handy to have. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Burn another gold one. Got over 100 of them. Fully replenish the AP, which allows you to keep battling. Other brands generic key. Okay. Everyone loved Ferrari back then, man. Used to just pander to being the most. There's a reason when they say, "Oh, you know, drivers want to drive for Ferrari." It's like because they've received some conditioning that tells them that Ferrari is the specials. Dealerships are generic for other brands. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Should check it out though. If you speak of it so highly, I should check it out. Should get it and stream it. Finish off this Archer Snowman. That's right, Snowman can be an Archer. I don't want to hear a word about it. And a Reindeer can be a Rider, apparently. Once again, don't want to hear a word about it. You just accept these things. It is what it is. Totally appropriately dressed for a snowstorm. Ferrari dealership, Ferrari t-shirt, Ferrari this, Ferrari... Go dressed in a Ferrari dress. When you go to the generic dealer, it's just a, yeah. When you go to the other dealer, it's just like going to you know, the cheapest backyard place you've ever seen. Like, no good. No good at all. Okay. First of all, let's help that Emmy up. Land a few hits in this dragon. If you use the same servant for all 3 attacks, then they get an extra attack. Basically, the way that works is that you dealt 15 cards. Each servant has 5 cards. You dealt 15 cards. Sorry, you have 15 cards and 5 are dealt. Gonna have to save Emmy's butt here again. Good thing is that all their noble phantasms are fully charged now. Actually, let's stun the dragon for this turn. Yeah, so you get 15 cards and then it issues you 5, and then you get from those 5 you have to choose 3 attacks. And if you choose either all Buster, like the red one, you get an attack bonus. If you choose all green, which is the quick cards, you get a crit star bonus. And if you choose all blue, which is the arts cards, you get a noble phantasm 20% boost bonus. And if you choose the same servant for all three attacks, they get an extra attack at the end, and therefore you get to land some more damage. Oh, okay. All right, let's go forth and do some murdering. And if you chain noble phantasms, they charge up. So you see at the bottom of the screen it says charge 100%. When we go to Scatach next, it'll be 200%, and then Scatach, the second one, will be 300%. And then, you know, it has different effects depending on how much it's being charged. Alternative. Again. The Noble Phantasm animations for a lot of them are pretty cool. For what is just a fairly basic mobile game. Jingiri Jingiri. Beans. Look at that. Alright, let's go again. Let's take Amadeus this time. We're shooting Doji. Now, what else were you asking about for? You're asking me about where the other games were. So where are we? What games were you asking about? Oh no, you were just asking where's the Attack on Titan music. Can't play that. Like I said, copyright struck. That'd be a mess. Oh, Emmy is just copying it, isn't he? What are you humming about, Snowpop? Known to be the grippiest game ever. Oh, those physics seem legit, don't they? Oh, excuse me. Put a damage cut on Emiya for now. Collect some crit stars. Zora. Stun him a turn early this time. Do a little bit of damage with Scatter Check. First crit, second crit. Oh, we got him. We've got 3 consecutive crits. That'll do it. Usual deployment of special abilities. You can turn full throttle off a corner with some cars, like the rough. Nice. Yeah, that does seem a little bit unrealistic, doesn't it? Here we go. Sit back and enjoy the show. He shot way too high then. He obviously really didn't want to take out Santa Alta. He certainly doesn't have a quality design, does Skadach. Game is not on Steam, so wait, you have to. I guess you have to buy a physical copy of it, or I assume there's some place to buy it online. Get a key on G2A. Okay. Farewell, Santa Alta. I'll see you next battle in like, probably see you again in like 5 minutes time. Okay. Another swag full of stockings. Go again. Who's got it this time? Oh, we'll use Yiskabel this time. Who's got also has shooting doji with a max leveled drunk jolter. I don't think you got a cute face at all. All right. Sora? The 2014 Ferrari. There is an F1 mod for the PC with a 2014 Ferrari. 2014 cars. I'd rather something older. I want something from the V8 or V10 era. Yoroshiku? I assume that she's going to say Yoroshiku. Do your worst, Emia. Imagine that, you just walk into a dealer and go, yeah, I'll take that 2014 F1 car, thanks mate. Yeah, no worries. Optional sunroof. Mate, it's an F1 car, it doesn't have sunroof, yeah. Emiya goes all out twice in a row. Charge that Noble Phantasm. Get it, Suga. Alright, one round of hits from this dragon will charge up at least Emmy and Shutendoji's Noble Phantasm. Can't do anything for Skadach though. Let's take something out of him. Oh, give us the crits, there we go. Good work. do that too many more times. There we go. There is a 1999 F1 car. Don't know which one. See, that's better. That's what you wanted. A 1999 F1 car. That sounds awesome. I'm down for that. Let's just stun this dragon in case we don't finish it off this time out. Worried about nothing. There we go. Alright, let's lay down the hurt. Lay down the pain in the fatal battle. Asterios, we meet again for like the 50th time today. You big ugly buffoon, look at ya. Arts up for Emia. Scapegoat. I don't care. They're not going to survive this round anyway. Let's death down him. Attack up. And then attack up. Cool beans. Let's nuke him. Sit back and enjoy the show. Hang on, put it under the desk. Bang. See, I like Emiya because I like Kiritsugu as a character. His voice actor is really cool as well if you watch like anything that he's in. Just actually finished watching Service X Servant actually, which is a show about an anime about Japanese public servants, and the guy who voices Emiya, I forget what his name is. Anyway, he voices the section manager, and he's a stuffed rabbit because Japan. That's great. It's actually a really good show. It's pretty funny. It's very funny, in fact. We just finished it last week, so it was a good show. Found it very amusing. Plus, I know lots of public servants, so that made it more real. Thankfully, I'm not one myself, so that's okay. Another swag full of stockings. What do we got? We got one more go left in this. I reckon that's pretty good as well. Who are we going to take this time? I won't take Emerus. Let's take Yorker again. And this will be our last one. The car that won the 1999 championship was the McLaren. The McLaren MP411? Was it? McLaren MP411. Let's have a look. No, it wasn't the 11. What am I thinking? Much later than that. The 14? Yep, it was the MP414. Yep. It's a cool car. There we go. That car, the MP413. 14, sorry. Cool car. I remember that. I remember that season. It was a good season. Mika Hakkinen won his second championship. Ah, good times. Let's go with that. See you later, Berserker. Let's take out this Helter Skelter. Helter Skelter. That was so close to YouTube's actual rendition of Helter Skelter. I'm worried I'm going to get copyright struck. Yeah, we're not getting much in terms of bloody arts cards, are we? I'm going to struggle to have Emiya charged up for the Nuke Fest at the start of the third battle. I think there's a mod for that car. See, I'd be down for driving that car. I really like that car. In what game was it? Was it a Setta Corsa? Yeah, I think it's a Setta Corsa. There was a bought a whole bunch of F1 cars for a Setta Corsa, which were sort of cars of that generation. It was really cool. You have to protect yourself. All right. Gotta be prudent. Like, it's as much as I want to charge up Emiya, I've got to take down this dragon. The dragon's dangerous. All right. Got an arts card Emiya there. Arts card Emiya there. Damn it. I didn't want it to end the dragon. Well. At least we tried. Alright, so this is going to go more than one turn at this point. But we should be able to take out Astidius and Caesar. And Muscadich is more powerful, so we'll use her second. And we will use a... Yep. What's your favorite car of all time, Snowpup? Spill the beans. What's your favorite F1 car? Who's the guy who controls F1? Well, nowadays it's Ross Brawn who's in charge, but there's a couple of them. There's Chase Carey, Ross Brawn. So Ross Brawn from the sporting side, Chase Carey from the commercial side. And there's another guy in there as well whose name I don't recall. Is it either of those two guys who you were thinking of? Oh, see, now I can charge up Emiya's Noble Phantasm. This should end it. It's got 100% crit all 3 times. Yeah, there we go. It's all over. Looks or fast? Looks. Don't worry about where it finished in a championship. What's your favorite? What's your favorite looking car that you've seen in F1? Okay. Looks and race, the 2013 Red Bull. 2013, what was that? That was the RB7? Was it? The RB7? The Red Bull RB7. No, that was the 2011 car. I want RB9. That's right. 2013. Yeah, because it had the purple infinity stuff on the side of it. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? What's my favorite car? I think my favorite car... It's difficult to say. I really liked the... Was it the C4? It might be later than that. Yeah, here we go. The 24. Maybe the 25? I will just say this. This car's really cool. That's the Sauber. There you go. The Sauber C24. From like 2004. Really, really cool car. Really cool car. I really like the paint scheme. Yeah. The 2018 Renault for looks. I prefer the 2017 Renault mainly because it doesn't have a halo. Anyway, let's claim some stockings. Let's let's spend some stockings in the lottery. And at this point, I think our farming's over. This event's going to end tomorrow, and I don't think I want to do another round of the lottery. Now I'm going to work out how I'm going to spend all these blazers. Who am I going to level up? Got all those friend points. Jeez. Lots of mana prisms. QP. I do like myself old McLaren. Yep. Do you mean like 90s McLaren, 80s McLaren, or or 2000s McLaren? They're all pretty cool. When they first went to the silver paint scheme, like in 1998, when they became the Silver Arrow. Yeah, cool looking car. Really cool looking car. Sanders McLaren. Okay, yeah, like the MP44. The Marlboro liveried McLarens. Back when they were pioneering the way they made their monocoques. Let's cash in these 9. Alright. How many blazes are left in this lot? 9, 4. We got 100. We got a couple of 100 in here because one of these down here is a pack of 50. As you can see, dead last. So we have a lot of blazes. I should level up a servant just to show you how that works. Just for, in case you know, you're watching and you haven't seen it before. Who should we level up? I think we might level up Sanzing. Because she's pretty cool and she's a very powerful caster. Single target caster. So what we'll do is we'll grab a bunch of these gold ones. They looked cool. Yeah, they did, for sure. They definitely did. Grab 25 of these. Okay, receive those. Still leaves us with a bunch. Alright, show you how this works. So we go down here and all of a sudden we've got these gold ones here. We can choose 20 at a time. It's going to take it to level 58 unless we get a bump. If we get a super successful or a great success, it might actually max level her in one go. No, just a success. She's cool because she's a caster, which makes her strong against assassins. That will level max her. Let's just take a couple off that in case we get a super successful. Just normal success. Alright. We'll just max her out this time. Level limit reached. And then we can ascend her. Look at that. Let's do that. Ascend. I do love Red Bull's matte dark blue. I agree. I reckon they look really cool. Them and the Renaults are really best looking cars in the grid. Ascension. Do we get a Sate Glyph update? No, it doesn't look like it. So Sate Glyph is their design. When you ascend, sometimes it changes their design. So I certainly have the goods to ascend her again, but I need to level her up to level 70 to get up to that. We also have a number of skills that we could uplift as well. Like for our Saber Bride, we could certainly do all of those things. But that'll do. We've gone for an hour and 14 minutes, and it's late here, and I was only going to do this farming for a little while, so I'm going to end the stream there. Very special thanks to Snowdog, or Snowpup, as he's calling himself at the moment on Twitch. He's certainly kept the chat interesting, and it's been a fun little back and forth, man. I've had a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And to everybody who tuned in to watch, and everybody who watches later, I want to say thanks. Be it on the Twitches or on the YouTubes, and or even on the Facebooks, of course. But that'll do for now. We'll be back. With some more F1 2018. Probably over the weekend. I haven't done a schedule for a while. I apologise about that. I just haven't been able to sit down and decide exactly when I'm going to stream. But that'll do. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you in the next one. See yous.